Hello, everybody. We're here. We're back, and we're going ahead on the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. It's me, John, and I'll be honest, I kind of have a little bit of tummy trouble because I think I ate too fast. So that was a little bit too much, I think. But that's besides the point. I'll be okay. Yeah, I'm John. I'm in charge of the podcast and the website, and I'm happy that you're listening. With me this week is Rose. Rose, how are you doing?
I'm alright. Yeah, I don't know. Not much to say. Gaming continues.
Gaming
as
continues.
Always.
That is true. Gaming does continue throughout the ages. Games have been played. People have been experiencing games, and that's just how it goes. Folks, we're back from a heinous episode. We're back to doing, I guess, normal episodes, as normal as this show can get. It's been a weird week. We had some big news, but I feel like the big news things were like, it was like one big dollop of like pretty good content, and then another dollop of just like there was just like a turd on top of on like another plate, and you're just like looking over at it, and you're just like, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at the nice thing. This is the thing that I enjoy. But we have to talk about both of them, I guess. Would you like to do news first, or should we talk about some games that we've been playing?
We can do news first, sure.
All right, that sounds lovely. I'll continue to ask questions, though. What would you like to discuss? Would you like to discuss the stupid stuff, or the good stuff? Or, mostly good stuff.
We should probably start with the good stuff, I think, probably.
Okay, sure thing. So I guess this will be like a big chunk of the stuff that we're talking about this episode, because there was a Nintendo Direct, and it was almost an hour long. They finally did a Nintendo Direct. All the Nintendo fans can finally unclench their teeth. Or at the very least, they should, but they probably won't, because they're sickos, and they won't be happy ever, because after...
Literally nothing.
Yeah, because after this, like, pretty solid Nintendo Direct, there were articles and tweets of people being like, where is Metroid Prime? Why didn't they talk about Breath of the Wild? Where was Bayonetta? When, like, it's public knowledge why all of those things are taking a while, and... everyone just needs to shut up. Like, holy hell. It's like, Metro Prime started over. It's gonna be a while. They announced Bayonetta too early. They were, like, still in the planning phases. They'll talk about it soon. And they literally talked about Breath of the Wild and said that they're gonna talk about it later. Relax. There's a pandemic. Please. Anyway.
And it's Nintendo's fault. I'm going to be real with you. It is Nintendo's fault for bolstering this weird cult of personality and just constantly like, here's our big event. You have to get hyped for it. So you have to make this part of your personality.
Yes. I mean, I enjoy a Nintendo Direct. I enjoy to see the announcements. I enjoyed a lot of these announcements, but also people need to chill the fuck out. And the first announcement was, I was hooting and hollering. I was having a grand old time. This is another thing that nobody was happy about, except for the real brain geniuses out there. They announced that Pyra/Mythra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 are going to be playable in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate next month. I'm very happy about that. I've wanted a Xenoblade 2 character forever. I was not expecting this particular version, because I thought that the whole thing with the Blade and Driver was going to be, if they're going to add Rex and Pyra, or they're going to add, I can't remember her name from the DLC, and the guy with the mask.
Laura?
Yes.
I just never assumed they would add a woman on their own, let alone two. Like, that's just not what I would expect.
Sure. Last Fighter Pass, there was, like, no women, and this time there was...
This time there was one, and it was an optional, realistically speaking, for Boy Byleth.
Well, Min Min. Which, you know what?
Oh, Min Min exists?
Yeah.
Sure. I bet.
Mm-hmm. And Byleth was last Fighter Pass, so I guess.
Oh,
yeah,
she was?
Yeah.
I thought she was this one.
No, it was last Fighter
I thought
Pass.
that's why everyone was mad. Okay.
No.
All right.
It was because, people were mad because last Fighter Pass had a lot of crazy shit, and then it ended on Byleth, which, look, say what you will about Byleth is fine. It felt kind of like a bit of a dud ending when they had all those, third-party characters,
Mm-hmm.
But Pyra and Mythra seem very fun. They seem to be sort of a Zelda Chic sort of thing where they are two characters in one. Except that Zelda and Chic aren't like that anymore. So it is a little interesting. I am glad that they are in one package though, because that is part of their character is switching between each other. So that is, important, much like how for Pokemon Trainer, switching between the three Pokemon is important. And they seem pretty fun. So I'm guessing closer to release, sometime next month, they will have some sort of one of those Sakurai Presents reveal things where he'll go over everything and announce the music and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll see more of them soon. But
I hope he explains why they censor their legs and only their legs. Because that's the weirdest thing in the world to me. Because I was looking at Pyrrha and it was like, oh, they gave her longer thigh highs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just why just her legs? Her hips are still out.
I do. I don't know.
It's very weird to me. Because Mythra, right,
Yes.
was sent the same way, was changed, which is a better design anyway, so good that they did that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know. You will have to ask the ESRB, I suppose. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just gonna kind of scroll around here. They announced a new Mario Golf, which is pretty cool. Mario Golf is probably one of the better sports games that Camelot makes. And this one's actually going to have the RPG mode, which is really cool. The RPG mode on those old Mario Golf games were definitely the best part of those games, and it's been a good while since there's been an RPG mode because they, for the longest time, were just on the handheld versions. Technically this is the handheld version, but semantics, all that.
I really like how they worded it as if this was an invention that has never before existed. That they invented a story mode for the golf game, and that it wasn't just in the older games.
Yeah. And then there's also some new mode where they're calling it Speed Golf, where everyone plays at the same time, and you're just racing to try to get into the hole first, which seems like a total catastrophe, and I don't know if that'll be good. But hey, Mario Golf is really fun, so I'll probably pick this up. Yeah. Project Triangle Strategy, which is the new game by I guess the Bravely Default team. I mean, it looks like Bravely Default, right?
I don't know if it is actually them because they are also working on an Octopath sequel. Allegedly, anyways, they said that last year. So they said it last year when they launched the gacha game because people were like, "You're launching a gacha game? Mm-hmm. That sucks." Okay, I guess there's never going to be an Octopath 2, and they were like, "No, we're making Octopath 2. We just can't talk about it for a very long time."
Do you think this is maybe that maybe turned into this?
No, because it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. They were saying like a true successor to Octopath. This is Final Fantasy Tactics. Mm-hmm. This is nothing like that. I feel like this is I don't know how big that team is realistically because it's Square Enix Division 1 or something, isn't it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I can tell you. It's definitely in that style at least. Mm-hmm. The weird I just discovered Photoshop setup.
Mm-hmm. Very mixed reactions, I feel like, to this game.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone I'd seen is either like, this is really interesting and can be interesting, and then like I know a bunch of people were also just like, this really is boring as hell, and I do not like it. So I don't know. That's how people felt about Octopath too. So
I mean,
I liked Octopath in the end, but
they're doing that whole thing where they released a demo and are now taking feedback. So who knows? It might be different. They might edit some things. But I mean,
I'm going off of the Bravely Default demo and also the Octopath demo. They will not change a damn thing. They'll change a bunch of weird things that are like really tiny complaints, and then nothing about the core systems.
Well, okay.
No, I'm sorry to be a downer. The Bravely Default 2 demo was like really indicative of this. Like they were like, we're listening to you, and then they did the second demo, and they changed it so like we removed the thing from Bravely Default that everyone liked about Bravely Default since someone complained about it in the survey. We listened to people. The thing where you can adjust encounter rates. They just removed it, made it overworld enemies, which is, listen, in any other RPG I'd be like, hell yeah. But in Bravely Default, like, again, you could tweak that so specifically that it was like, this is like a downgrade, you know? I don't get it.
Well, I don't fucking know. Let's see here. Fall Guys is gonna be on Switch.
I don't know anyone who still plays Fall Guys.
It was very funny that nobody cared about Fall Guys getting announced for Switch, but then, you know, people are still... Like, Among Us is still, I think, on the top sellers and all that. Like, Among Us fucking killed Fall Guys, which is still, like, kind of a feel-good story, I feel like, where this thing came back out of nowhere and just killed this, like, corporate bullshit game. It's good. It's good.
I don't think Fall Guys is too much corporate bullshit game, because, like, it is to an extent, but it's, yeah, comparatively, absolutely. It's just that their marketing team was... just unhuman. I don't know what was going on with that. It was disturbing.
Yeah. There's gonna be a Age of Calamity expansion pass. Yay.
Really bad trailer for that one, I'll say.
Yeah.
It was just
they didn't even announce anything.
Yeah, no, they just said that it will happen.
Like, alright, sure. It's a Ninja Gaiden collection that has Sigma 2, and 3 Razor's Edge.
Yeah.
I don't know if those are, like, good versions of those games, but alright, sure. There's a port of Outer Wilds for Switch. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Also, Tales from the Borderlands, still the best Borderlands game, and I'd hear arguments for it to be the best Telltale game.
Yeah, I still like The Wolf Among Us a lot, but...
Wolf Among Us is also really good, too. Yeah. There is the Capcom Arcade Stadium, which is a collection of old Capcom arcade games.
Game room.
I'll be honest. Yeah, it's a very game room. They don't have too much stuff that's very appealing. It's kind of a weird collection of just shit. I don't know. Not great. There's a Legend of Mana remaster coming out, which is the PS1 Mana game. That's neat.
Yeah.
There's a port of Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville on Switch, which, you know...
Listen, I heard people enjoy some of those games, or at least the Garden Warfare ones to an extent. That said, the aesthetics were...
yeah.
The zombie...
Yeah. Let's see here. Saga Frontier Remastered also is a thing. That's nice. Let's see. They're porting Stubbs the Zombie to Switch. Well, like everything, really.
Yeah, just
PS4,
porting,
Xbox,
not
and
even
PC.
remastering or anything.
No,
just
yeah.
porting.
Just drag and drop, I guess. I don't know. Someone wants that.
No. I don't
Samurai
believe
Warriors
that.
5.
Yes, yeah, Samurai Warrior.
I don't know. I mean, do you have further to say on Stubbs the Zombie?
I just don't know who wants that. Who wants that?
I don't know.
Didn't that studio die?
Probably.
That studio died. I looked it up. Wide load games. Engine. Halo.
Yeah.
When you click on it, it just goes to the Halo Wikipedia.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, the reason why that game sold, like, at all was because I think it came with, like, a demo for Halo 2 or something, right?
That was Crackdown, wasn't it? Or no, Crackdown was Halo 3. I don't know.
I think they did something similar then.
Cannibalism controversy.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Fear did too.
Mm,
Oh, it was part of the Lieberman thing, I see.
okay.
Wideload Games responded by saying that they were offended and it's ridiculous because he is a zombie and not a human cannibal.
Okay.
The zombie's not a human?
Not anymore, I guess.
Hmm.
The Mario items in Animal Crossing New Horizons.
The pipe's pretty cool. And you just make a shortcut.
Yeah, which that seems like legitimately helpful in that game.
I kind of wish it wasn't Mario, but, whatever.
Yeah. Let's see here. They showed a game called Neon White, which looked really stylish. It's like a first-person shooter kind of thing, but you picked up cards as your weapons?
I believe it's made... Oh, who was making it?
It's the Donut County
that's
folks.
it. The Donut County people, yeah. Who also made Tattletale, the better game.
Which, that is quite the difference in game.
Yeah. You ever play Tattletale?
That's the one where you're like carrying around the little Furby, right?
It's good.
Well,
it's a good
I don't
game.
like scary stuff, but I respect it. I respect the idea.
It's barely scary. It's just funny. It's good.
Okay. Let's see here. Again, I'm just skipping around. Skyward Sword HD is something that's happening.
They wasted a lot of time talking about it without saying any of the things I wanted to hear, which, they talked about things that were important, like how you can, people who have, motion-related disabilities can actually finally play this game, which is good, because they added stationary. You can play it in handheld mode.
You could just use it's the right thumbstick to control the sword, which I bet
it'll be fine. Yeah, I bet it'll just work just fine.
Like that's what they use in Dolphin. If you don't want to use a Wiimote.
But they didn't talk about the thing that I'm really worried about, because if they don't fix this specifically, we're going to have the whole thing all over again where we have to hear people discourse about Skyward Sword. They need to make Fi talk less. The fact that they didn't say anything about that is really concerning, because that's the type of thing you lead with. Yes, that's pretty much what I'm assuming. If Fi still talks the same amount, it's over, folks. We're done. We're done for. People are even somehow less patient than they were in 2010. So
yeah,
it's a good game.
Sure. They're releasing new Joy-Cons too for Skyward Sword. They're pretty.
Yeah, I guess. I can't get into the Nintendo aesthetic of hey, look, we put... Okay, here's the real thing they took umbrage with. The Hylian shield isn't in Skyward Sword.
It's not?
No, you don't, because all the shields are breakable.
Oh, well.
And then they were like, look, we have these based after the Master Sword. That makes sense. And the Hylian shield does not make sense.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just I was just very much why are these even Skyward Sword? I was...
They are overcharging for this game, though. They are charging the full $60 for this shit.
Yeah. More than it was in 2010. Also.
Speaking of games that are they're charging too much for, they also ported Miitopia to Switch.
Well, that one's only $50, John. Comparatively, that's a discount.
A real bargain. When that game came out for $35 on the 3DS.
3DS, yeah. It's also not worth that if I'm dropping my hot take. It's like a Street Pass level of...
I'd say it's a bit more than that. I think it's an alright game, but I wouldn't charge that much for it. It's okay.
Like $20? How about that? Maybe. That still feels high, I'm going to be real with you, but yeah, not $50 for...
Not 50. I can agree on not 50. Yeah. The big new thing they added is a horse.
Oh, don't forget, hello, they have new hairstyles and eye makeup to make your Mii look like a sociopath. I don't know.
That is also true.
It was terrifying.
Yeah. That is also true. They did.
Why even have Miis at that point?
I don't They are finally bringing the Famicom Detective Club games overseas. They are doing a remake of The Missing Heir and The Girl Who Stands Behind. Which, it's stupid that they are selling them separately, but I think it's just gonna be like $50 overall if you buy both of them, because it's like they're $35 each, but then if you... Wait, hang on. Wait, am I doing that right? No, it's $60. Okay. Yeah, it's $60. It's $60 if you buy them together, which, like... Okay, just release both of them in a bundle and charge $60. Because it's like it's $35 separately, but if you buy one, you get like a $10 off voucher for the other one. Like, just sell them for $60. They're full games that you remade.
That's what Bayonetta did, too.
That's true. I don't know.
It's Nintendo. They're weird. I don't know what...
Yeah.
Consumer choice, quote unquote.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a little excited about that, though. I'm in the mood for a detective game. I want to check it out.
I appreciate the fact that it's not just live 2D, like a lot of things. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's animated.
Mm-hmm. They showed a trailer for Knockout City, which is being made by the people that made Mario Kart Live.
The game itself looked fine. That trailer was the worst thing I'd ever seen and probably killed that game. That was one of
the worst trailers ever, yeah. They showed all these, like, different characters, which, look, none of those characters were particularly well designed or anything like that. But then after that, they were just like, oh, here's all these other characters, and those characters are just, like, super generic. Like it's just, it was bad. It was a super, super bad.
It was just unfortunate. It makes me think, like, that's just so, like, that's such a disservice to that game. Because, like, that's how I felt about the Rocket Arena game, too, which is, like, probably totally fine. But it's, like, they're so bad at advertising at EA. It's insane. Like, think about how much money they wasted on this. Like, horrible ad. It was so bad. They had the whole, like, oh, here's a funny little cutesy character, and we make them say things that are censored. Isn't that hilarious? In 2021.
Yeah. God.
But the game itself, an interesting concept, at least. Like, everything's a ball. Like, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. World's End Club, which is the game that 2Kyo Games is making. That's Kodaka and Uchikoshi of Danganronpa and Zero Escape, respectively.
It's out, isn't it? On Apple Arcade?
I think the first part of it is on Apple Arcade, but nobody cared about it because it was on Apple Arcade. I don't know. It seems interesting. I still have my reservations about Kodaka, but after watching that trailer, seeing that, because the whole thing was that when they first announced this game, they were like, it's a killing game, folks. That's what it is. We're back, baby. But the trailer actually reveals that them announcing that was actually a twist, and that it's about a group of kids, 12 kids, just basically saying, oh no, we're not going to do a Danganronpa, we're leaving. And they just leave. So it's just about you and these kids, like, banding together and escaping the, like, monsters trying to get you to do a killing game. So, you know what? I respect that. I respect that concept a lot more than what V3 did, and this feels like a more pointed and more understandable critique of what I feel like Kodaka was trying to do in V3. But again, I want to actually see the whole game. I want to see the text of the game. I want to see how it goes, and I also want to see how Uchikoshi helps steer Kodaka away from maybe some of his other bad traits, because, you know, Uchikoshi knows that LGBT people are just people. You know, he seems like he has an okay head on his shoulders with those regards. So I don't know, I want to see that game. I am interested in that game. Let's see here. Of course, folks, No More Heroes 3, August 27th. We have a date. It's real. It's on the way.
I'm happy for you.
It looks so fucking good. I don't know why Henry looks like that guy from
Crollo?
Hunter x Hunter. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that either. I guess he's been Joker-fied.
Yeah, some shit went down. I mean, his wife did leave him for Travis, so I do understand that would probably Joker-fy anybody. But very scary individual. Game looks fucking fantastic though. Something that I almost forgot to mention here. Nintendo is publishing the DC Superhero Girls Teen Power game.
Yeah, who's making that? Why was it,
I don't know.
It's probably just WB, huh? I don't know.
I guess.
Because there's WB games.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything besides that Nintendo's publishing it, so alright.
It was I don't think Uncanny Valley is the right term, but
the art is very strange.
It was disconcerting seeing them move. Yeah. I don't know what it was.
They have this, the way that the characters move, it's so bouncy. Every bit of their movement vibrating. Is bouncing around. Yeah.
I guess at the very least...
They take one step and, they're, they're all, wearing, sweatshirts and shit in a lot of things, and it's just they take a step and it's I don't mean this in an inappropriate way. It's not they come off or something, but it's their sweatshirts will just bounce up. It's it's all their clothes are moving besides them. It's that kind of thing, and it's just it's disconcerting to look at. It's just parts of their design are bouncing separate from other parts of their design.
At least it's I guess superhero game about girls. At least there's that for the kids. Usually they don't get something like that. So at the very least it's that. I don't know how good it will be in terms of tropes of and such like that, but women be shopping or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing they announced is Splatoon 3.
Hell yeah.
They showed off basically that everyone's saying it's Paris, but there's some hints and some things in the background. It looks more like Vegas. It looks like a ruined Vegas. Because, there's the fake Eiffel Tower in Vegas. There was a pyramid in the background, I think, too. And just some other stuff that does kind of make it seem like Vegas, actually. And just a bunch of other little things that they're showing off, all those big powerful special moves are back. I don't know. They didn't show too much stuff, but people are very excited about this. This is coming out next year. This is a 2022 game. There's bows now, bow and arrows. And it's set in the Splatlands, I guess is what this is called. Some new customization. You get a little buddy that follows you around. I was honestly a little tiny bit bummed just because I kind of wanted it to be just a single player thing. I would have been more into that. But, I mean, there will be a single player for this as well. I was just kind of hoping for some big ass 20-something hour long single player experience. But, what are you gonna do? And that was the Nintendo Direct. Rose, what were your favorite things that you saw at the Nintendo Direct?
Splatoon. Because I was convinced that they were just going to be really boring with Splatoon forever until the end of time, and it would always just be, hey, here's a bunch of boat levels, and you're doing it on a boat, and everything's boats, and everything's by the ocean. So seeing, Desert Hell City and Fortnite dropping or whatever is pretty cool. I'm interested in... They seem to be saying that they're generally adjusting most of the weapons, because a lot of the weapons in Splatoon 2, when they added more, it was just hey, there's 4 kinds of splatling guns, and they're all the same, but they have a slight difference to them. And this time they're saying they're going to do much more different things and have different spray patterns and stuff like that. So that'll be interesting. Also, the Octo expansion was extremely good. So whatever single player thing that'll have, it'll probably be really good.
Sure.
The best thing was that they customized that little buddy. And that's great. More games need to do that. Hey, now it's time to customize the little creature that you have.
Yes. We all need to have creature.
Yeah. How about you? What did you like? I don't know what else I liked, really. I'm just like, whatever. Sure. Most of the games I was like very about. But yeah, Splatoon I'm excited for. I guess I'm excited for Smash. I probably won't end up buying them because I haven't bought any of the Smash DLC. But I am glad that they're there just because it makes people mad, I guess. I don't know. I think it's really weird that people get mad about sword people in Smash. Like,
I had this moment where, I kind of... I get the frustration with Fire Emblem characters specifically because...
There's 12 Mario characters.
Okay, so, no, here's why. I feel like too many of the Fire Emblem characters do play very similarly, and they have, like, similar looks. And that's why I understand it to an extent, where it's like the fact that... It's like, okay, so Smash Ultimate, everyone is here, that's why it's like that. For Smash 4, the fact, it's kind of just a bleed over from Smash 4, where in Smash 4 they had Marth, Roy, Lucina, and Ike. And they all played similar.
Ike's different enough. But no, Roy, Marth, and Lucina are the same character, like, absolutely. And that's only compounded by Chrom.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And then in Smash Ultimate, they brought in Chrom. Like, that, it's a lot, But so like, I get that frustration. But then being like, oh, anime sword fighters, because like when someone was like, oh man, they added another anime sword fighter to Smash Bros. I almost wanted to be like, oh man, they added another fist fighter to Street Fighter. It's just like,
yeah.
They're different. They're so different.
Every video game is swords. Like, yeah. It's the thing that just gets me with the Fire Emblem thing, especially, is just everyone that they've added other than Chrom has been so, like, different. Like, when they added Robin to 4, it was like, magic, that's completely different. That's totally different from all the other ones. And then, like, Corrin is even pretty different, because it's just a lot of, like, sliding around and fast stuff. And then, like, Byleth is a ton of weapons, like a ton of different weapons and stuff. Like, it's not all the same. Like, those they do have the issues, but those are the ones that people were demanding them to basically be in. Like, it's I don't know, it's fine. Guess what? They're gonna add another sword person probably too. Like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, there were some people that were just like, oh, who are these characters? What is Xenoblade? When it's like, yeah, that game sold like 2 million something copies or whatever. Like, people love that game. I don't know what to tell you.
No, we need the magic puppet from Mario RPG. Puppet. All the kids love that. Yeah,
all the children. They eat up Mario RPG.
Yep, that's available on modern platform.
Yeah, you can play it right now. But to answer your question, yeah, I think probably my favorite thing was the Pyra Myth reveal. I was hooting and hollering. I loved it. I'm so happy to see them in the game. All that stuff. And then, I also really liked to see No More Heroes. I'm glad that there's a release date. It's so close to being in my grubby little fucked up man hands. I'm just, I'm ready. I'm ready to just completely deprive myself from human beings and play through that game when that comes out. And Mario Golf seems cool too. There you go. Those are my picks. Those are John's picks. Rose, do you want to talk about something so I can rest my poor voice, because I've been talking for like half an hour straight?
I can cover all the fun BlizzCon news that happened.
Oh boy!
Just today. So BlizzCon is happening for some reason. I genuinely do not know why, because if you're talking about, like, conventions in general, I'm just like, why is this happening? But like, they kind of have to, I guess, in a lot of cases. This one is not a case where they had to. Like, a lot of cons these days have to do it because, hey, most cons are living by the fucking skin of their teeth. They are like they are scraping by because they are able to do a con every year. So some of them had to make it up with a digital con or something like that, take donations like Katsucon is doing, I think. Stuff like that. Anyways, BlizzCon didn't need to happen because they had nothing to show even also. So what they've announced is okay, so when Vicarious Visions got folded into Blizzard, like, 2 weeks ago. They were like,
something like that.
Hey, they're making Diablo 2. Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg said that. Guess what? They remade Diablo 2. It's coming out everywhere, pretty much, I think. Like, literally every console. It has cross saves between all versions, but nothing like Destiny where you have to, like, keep uploading it nonstop or whatever every time you switch. It just does it on its own. So that's pretty cool. It lets you switch between Diablo 3 graphics and Diablo 2 graphics, which I always love when they do that. I don't know if they said whether it's the Halo button, because I love the Halo button.
The Halo button.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about. That is just a funny turn of phrase.
I mean, that's what it is. It's the Halo
it
one
is,
button.
Yes.
It's very cool. I don't know why more remasters don't use that tech, because it's really impressive stuff. What else they got? Overwatch 2 exists. Not coming out this year. Not coming out this year at all. But it's like, they showed some new character designs and they looked exactly the same. It took me forever to looking at a picture that they posted of McCree on Twitter where they said, here's McCree's new look, to figure out what was different.
Here's what was different. He had 2 different skin tones.
Yeah, that's true.
His arm skin tone was darker than his face for no reason.
Yeah. So I went and looked at the other characters, and generally speaking, it's just sort of stuff like that.
Yes.
Where it's just, hey, we changed Tracer's jacket. Hey, Winston has more armor. Whatever, stuff like that. It's not very impressive stuff.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Overwatch 2. It's like, it exists, but it feels like they're killing Overwatch 1 by making it, which is originally the whole thing was this was going to be the PvE story game. And then Overwatch 1 was going to keep being the PvP game. But then they just sort of were like, but we're pausing Overwatch 1 while we make Overwatch 2. And it's been like 2 years. And like, they don't add anything to Overwatch anymore other than skins. So I don't know how well that's going to go. Also, I remember the thing I was going to
guess bad.
Yeah, pretty bad, probably. Blizzard's not very good at these things. I would argue Blizzard is maybe the worst in the industry at this sort of thing, at keeping people happy. The thing that was messed up when I was looking at the new character designs is Genji is now wearing pants and a hoodie, which implies to me that he was naked before.
He was.
That's disturbing. I don't know what's going on there. I don't like seeing him wear pants either. There's something disturbing about that in general. Yeah, I used to really like Overwatch, but they really, yeah, it was all bad. I think like with the third racism scandal, it was just like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
It was a shame because, some parts of that game were great. Like when I was playing Doomfist, when he just came out, that was the last time I remember playing. I was like, wow, he's really fun. This is great. It's like a fighting game character. I was like, oh well. Let's see what else they have. They're making an expansion for Hearthstone that's just old stuff, mainly. That they retired, but reworked it, and it's based off of the Barons from WoW. They're doing a Blizzard Arcade collection, which is Rock and Roll Racing, Lost Vikings, and Blackthorn, which I had never heard of until today. That's, like, I don't know who that's for, but that's fine.
I mean, Lost Vikings and Rock and Roll Racing are good games, but it's not really anything to, like, knock your socks off.
Yeah, I just don't know who's asking for it, is what I mean. I don't know who's like, yeah, I bet it's fine. But...
Like 40-year-old men are asking for this.
Yeah, well, that's Blizzard, I guess.
Yes.
The only... so they announced... Well, here... So, yeah. New patch for World of Warcraft is like, oh, look, we're... Okay. Here's my WoW inside baseball I'm giving you, okay?
Okay.
they're making Anduin, who is the little king guy, they're making him into the Lich King, which is just the stupidest shit ever. Because they got rid of the Lich King, and then they were like, "Oh, I guess we're just gonna do the Lich King again." Because Blizzard is stupid and doesn't know how to write WoW stories, so he's just the Lich King again. It's just like, oh wow, the Stormwind King is Lich.
I don't know who any of those characters are. You are speaking gibberish to John.
The Lich King.
Listen, you don't have to. You don't have to explain this to me. I'm sure somebody listening is
no,
like,
it's stupid.
Okay.
It's dumb. Okay, let me put it this way. Think of all the fantastical races in WoW, right? Like the Tauren, the Orcs, there's all these things. The Lich King could be any of them. Right. And now 3 times in a row it has been a white man. Like, it's so stupid, especially because it looked like they were setting up Sylvanas to become the Lich King, and that would have been, at least interesting, if not stupid.
I recognize that name at least.
Like, it would have made... She's very involved with what the Lich King stuff was, like, years and years ago, so it would have been like, oh, this makes sense, like, as a character arc of her becoming twisted or whatever, that she would become that. But then, also the Lich King being a lady, that would, hey, like, that's... something. It's something. It's not good, but it's something. This is just it sucks. Anyways, the fact that WoW players are able to survive off of a Final Fantasy sized patch that they do like every 3 months, like every 6 months, is crazy to me. But I don't know what WoW players, I guess it's more of a social experience for them than a game. At this point, I don't know. But on the bright side with WoW news, they did announce Burning Crusade not private server. They announced Burning Crusade Classic, which is an extension of WoW Classic, but for Burning Crusade, which means they'll probably do Wrath of the Lich King Classic, which I'm very excited for because that's when the game was good. And they're letting you do this thing where you can keep a separate version of your WoW Classic character, so you can keep playing WoW Classic, or you can also put a version of that character into Burning Crusade Classic.
That's cool. That's actually really cool.
It's like going through the expansions again. I think that's really neat. It's neat to see that because, MMOs usually just die instead of lasting forever like WoW. So the idea that we're now at the point where it's like people want that old content that doesn't exist anymore and they're able to like relive how it was is really neat.
That is neat.
Yeah, so I'm very interested when the Wrath stuff comes out. Other than that, I mean, what else was there? Diablo 4, they announced the Rogue class, and it was extremely funny because they were acting like they invented the concept of a rogue for Diablo 4. They were just like, rogues have 2 weapons. Sometimes they carry multiple knives and stuff like that, and it was just like, yeah, I've seen a rogue Blizzard. I don't know, like they wear light armor, like stuff like that. Like it was just so like weird. It does look fun though. I mean, it's Diablo, so hard to go wrong. I think that's it though. Really. Metallica was there and they got DMCA'd, which is like the funniest irony of all time, probably for that.
It is.
But also like the fact that Twitch is out here like saying we can host your event, we can host your thing, and then they have to send like
stupid.
It's so bad. I wish this would be the thing, but this won't be the thing that makes Twitch go, maybe we should change this, because it's way easier to just do nothing and make money.
It is.
But yeah, that's about it. I really don't think they should have done BlizzCon. No. BlizzCon is definitely, in terms of like gaming related things like this, it is the most social, I think, like, because WoW players are the main audience for that. And WoW players are like, they live and die off that social stuff. Like the Final Fantasy stuff's the same way, like when they do the Final Fantasy fan festivals, but BlizzCon's like even bigger, like, because WoW is like one of the biggest games of all time. And like, I don't know why they would want to do this experience without that stuff. Like, because they can't do that stuff. Like, and that's the main appeal to people. This is just like making worse feelings. I feel like you saw people complain about the Nintendo Direct. Like, everyone's pretty much complaining about this stuff. Like, except Diablo 2. I mean, everyone likes Diablo 2, but yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
I don't either.
I don't know how much longer Blizzard will be able to survive, realistically, is my thing. Because we know, like, Activision is just tearing into them constantly. They have been for years now. And it's just like, they're not the same company they were even 5 years ago at this point. And I just don't... I don't know. I don't know. I was almost expecting them to do something new again, like Overwatch. Like, say, like, we're doing another new IP also or something like that to try to, like, get a fresh start on something that they don't have to worry about pissing people off with. But no. Just all the old stuff forever.
Playing the hits forever.
No StarCraft, though. That's the only surprising thing to me. No StarCraft.
I mean, I feel like they might be a little, like, worried about rolling StarCraft out, because I think that they are probably worried about getting yelled at for Warcraft 3 remastered, or whatever that was called.
Reforged.
So, Reforged, yeah. So, I don't know.
Diablo 2 is Resurrected, which is at least, I think that's a pretty good one. In terms of making sense.
It was pretty funny when they were talking about Diablo 2. They were like, we are going to give you the Diablo 2 treatment that you deserve, just like we gave you the StarCraft treatment you deserved. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't give us the Warcraft treatment that we deserved, like... It was funny. Alright, so, I mean, BlizzCon's still happening. This is just like day
there's still
one
more, but usually the opening ceremonies where they talk about everything.
Yeah, they're not going to, like, announce anything major. They might just, like, elaborate on some things, but it's not like they're going to actually announce anything new.
I wonder what the situation with the Diablo phone game is, because, like, they were sticking to their guns with that in a big way.
It's probably still happening. They're just not going to, like, talk about it super loud.
But they haven't said a damn thing, and that was supposed to come out, like, last year. So, I don't know.
I mean, that shit'll drop and it'll make $1 trillion, and that'll be
will it? I don't know. Maybe. Probably, based on how much effort was put into it. Yeah, probably.
I mean, even if it's not big over here, I bet it's going to be gigantic in China.
That's probably true.
Alright, I guess we could talk about this real quick. There's a Dota cartoon coming out.
It looks like the Dragon's Dogma one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to continue to be a prick about it and not call it an anime, because,
It's not, it's Western animation, yeah.
It's Western animation, so, I know some people are like, it's just stop. Like, no, you call it anime because it's from Japan, that's what it is. I don't know jack about Dota. It says that it's about Davion the Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dragon Knight.
Okay.
He's like Dota Man, basically, for all the original stuff. So, okay. That's just a very boring way to do a Dota. I don't think they should do a Dota series. I don't know anyone who's happy playing Dota anymore. They all just do it. I think they should fix the game instead of putting money. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, again, going to be a bastard about this and say, fuck, they are giving Dota a series, but they let TF2, the show, die on the vine.
Yeah.
Like, god damn it. That pilot was so good! God damn it. And it's not like they could, like, do it now, at least not, like, as well as they could have back then, because fucking Rick May died. The soldier wouldn't have the same voice. Oh well. I mean, I'd want TF2 to continue, like, the game, like, I would love for TF2 to get more updates and stuff, so, if it's gonna get new updates, I guess they would have to probably recast the soldier anyway, which, it's sad, but I guess that is what you would have to do. But then, if they're gonna do that, then you can make a show. Make the show, Valve. Do it in Source Filmmaker. Do it how you were going to do it for Adult Swim. Do it on Netflix. I'll watch it. Everyone will watch it. We'll love it. I want it. And I'm not just saying that because I have been obsessively watching those 15.ai videos where everyone is just screaming at each other about like each other's like weird fetishes. It hasn't gotten old yet. I cannot stop watching them. I think my favorite one is the one where Demo Man is yelling at Scout about Scout jerking off to Gardevoir, specifically because Demo Man gets so in depth about like Gardevoir and like Pokemon information. It is an absolute delight hearing Demo Man talk about Pokemon egg groups. Like, it is so good. That's the kind of shit we need. That is what people need to do. Like, we need to make like extremely specific jokes about dumb bullshit in our TF2 character screaming and cussing at each other videos. That's what I need. But yeah, I don't know who the fuck wants this Dota show.
I don't know anyone. I don't know literally anyone. Who wanted the Dragon's Dogma show?
I don't know.
Like, I don't get it. Castlevania makes sense, okay? When you make a Castlevania show, I go, yeah, that makes sense. People love Dracula. Mm-hmm. Fuck it.
It's true, I love Dracula.
There's so much aesthetics. There's aesthetics. That's the main... There's aesthetics to Castlevania, right? There's the music idea, there's the visual everything or whatever, and I don't think the show particularly nailed those, but at the same time, they're working off of it. It makes sense. It makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. Dragon's Dogma is really good, but it's good as a video game, is the thing.
Right. And
then Dota 2, I could not tell you any lore or anything. Like, mm-hmm. I would understand a League of Legends show.
Yeah.
Because
even though I don't know, like, I don't know anything about League of Legends, like, overarching lore, but I definitely know that there's, like, characters that people really like, you know? Like, I could see them, like, hell, even if it wasn't, like, an overarching thing, I could see, like, some kind of, like, you know, there's so many characters in League of Legends, they could have, like, you know, like, 2 or 3 episode plots where it's like, here's what Ari is doing, you know, here's what Draven is doing, you know, like, yeah, they could just do stuff like that, and it would be, like, that makes perfect sense to me, but for Dota, like, all of those characters are so generic because, like, they were generic in the first place. They were, like, a bunch of, like, because Dota 1 was just a bunch of, like, Warcraft, like, minions and shit, you know? So, I don't know. It seems very, like, a very dumb idea.
I feel like, so I played I have, like, 1,000 hours in Dota 2 from, like, my teens.
Right.
And, like, I can tell you some vague information about, like, Drow Ranger or, like, Outworld Devourer or something, but it's not, like, a story like the League characters. Like, it feels, I don't want to say Warhammer-esque, where it's, like, a thing where there's, like, probably a book you can read, and it gives you all the information about what this specific person did or something like that, but it's like, it's not even like Dark Souls levels where you're inferring stuff. No. I don't even think there's enough there for that. It's just character concepts. That's all it is, really. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry to any Dota fan if there is actually, like, I have not played in like 4 years, so I don't know.
I mean, you know, you can send in some stuff and talk about how you feel about it if you're a big Dota fan. I'm not opposed to that, but, you know, be nice. That's it. Rose, I didn't really play any video games. I mean, before we started recording, I did actually finish the story of Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I liked it a lot. That ending was very good.
I had
but you platinumed it.
Yeah, I platinumed it. So let's talk the ending first. Not talk the ending, you know. We don't want to spoil too much of it. I think overall very good ending. I really liked it. I love Ichiban still. I like Ichiban so much more than Kiryu. After finishing that game, I think that game needed to remove like half of the components that were going into that ending. Like, I feel like once it got to chapter 12, they just kept adding way too much shit that did not need to be there and doing things that were like completely unnecessary. And I think there's one part at the very end involving an early character just showing up literally out of nowhere somewhere where it makes no sense for them to do something. And I was just like, man, come on.
I think I know what you're talking about.
That was my pretty much my only real issue. Because I can contend with the rest of it. It was just sort of like, okay, come on, let's. But the ending was very, very good. I liked that a lot. And so I platinumed it. Let me tell you, don't. It's not that bad, realistically. So when you beat the game, you can go back into the Millennium Tower, and you know how Amon is in all the Yakuza games. You fight him as like a secret boss. So there's that. He set up a whole dungeon for Ichiban because Kiryu told him to.
That's fun.
Because he's like, if you stop harassing me, Amon, like go harass the new guy.
Leave me alone.
So it's like you go through the Millennium Tower again, and there's like mini bosses and all this stuff or whatever. It's like level 80, I think. And when you beat that, there's the true final Millennium Tower that gets unlocked. And every enemy in that is level 99.
Oh, God. And
even at level 99, they deal 75% of your HP with every hit. Every hit. All of them. Every enemy.
Oh boy.
So you have to do a lot to get ready for it. I tried and failed a lot of times. I was going crazy. I ended up leveling a bunch of people's jobs up, multiple jobs, because I got everyone to level 99, and I got everyone's main job that I picked for them to 99. Then I went and got a few other jobs to like 50. And got every single skill for everyone.
Okay.
And then that made it go pretty well. I ended up winning immediately after doing that. It was really hard, and the actual Amon fight at the very end was actually extremely good. Because one of my problems with Yakuza 7 was that the RPG mechanics are so bad. Okay, maybe that's a little excessive. They're very surface level. They're very it feels like they never played a RPG before, and they were creating the first RPG that was ever made. That's how it feels a lot of the time. Like, there's just enemies who have like a ton of HP, and that's what makes them hard, and that's most of the hard enemies in the game. There's just like very little actual weakness usage. Bosses are enemies in general are just constantly immune to debuffs and stuff, which makes like half of the jobs useless, really. So that was all disappointing. But then the final battle, like, you had used like a ton of different skills and stuff to like mitigate like unique mechanics that were happening. Like, one of the things Amon does is he summons Majima, Taiga, well, yes, he does summon Taiga. Majima, Taiga, and Kiryu, and they all do different things from their boss fights in there, and also do their summon when they get to half health on you. God. So you have to do a bunch of stuff to get ready for that. It makes you use smart uses of summons, smart uses of abilities, defensive cooldowns, items, and stuff like that. It's really smart. But the rest of the tower was, again, just people knocking you with 75% HP. They just had a ton of health. Not really much that you can do with it. You just have to, the main thing you do is get everyone the fortune teller job, and then they have an AoE lightning move, and you just spam that constantly over and over again. Which is how most of that game ended up being. Like, I remember the Tendo fight in the main game is a real low point to me. I just did that, and it was weird just because, like, it's really just like it's really just bashing your head against it. It's just it goes on forever,
wiggling him down. It goes on for so it it really feels like an old ass Dragon Quest boss instead of like something like actually challenging. Like it's super antiquated, but like not in like a way that is like it doesn't feel like it's on purpose. It just feels like it's like, oh boy.
I feel I've thought about it a lot because I obviously did so much of this to platinum it. And the problem is all of the hard enemies are created in the sense of how they are remembered as being. Because when you're a child and you're fighting a hard boss in a video game, you just go, oh my god, they're so hard. I don't know how to beat them. You're not thinking about like debuffs or mechanics particularly too hard because you're like 7 years old or something like that. Like I remember when I was 7 or whatever, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know, Rayquaza's really hard or something like that. And now today it's like, no, it's super easy actually. But like I feel like instead of like actually analyzing like, oh, in the old Dragon Quest games, here's how you could beat it with these specific characters or whatever, using these specific spells and stuff like that, there's none of that. It's just like, oh no, they were just really hard and you had to beat them and they were just really hard. Like, I don't even think older Dragon Quests are actually like that. I think it's just that visualization of like the nostalgic ideal of a boss in a JRPG is just they have a ton of HP and they take forever to beat. Right. Which is disappointing. I really hope that they like I want it to keep being an RPG. But they need to integrate more Yakuza stuff into it because I think the thing that really struck me and made me go, why wasn't this in the whole game, is that in the final boss, after Tendo, they do the Yakuza quick time event fight thing. And that's the only time in the game they did it. Yeah. And it's just like, they could have done something interesting where you do that throughout the game or something, or do like that for special moves or something like that. Instead, they just were like, oh, you do the quick time events for every single move. And I do not like that very much. It's very exhausting, especially when you're doing the final dungeon or whatever that I was doing. Yeah, I just want them to look at more RPGs. I want them to look at specifically Shin Megami Tensei, since they are in-house. They live at the same place. Like, they can just go over and talk to Atlas. It's fine. Yeah. Because, like, you know...
This very much feels like what it is, that they course corrected after that April Fool's joke, and they stopped it being a... You know, they changed it from a standard Yakuza game to an RPG, and, you know, it's good, but they also, you know, they probably should have spent a little bit more time, like, really refining the RPG elements, and hopefully they do that, because, you know, this is a fantastic game, but there's just these little things that they could build on in the RPG elements that would make it even better and make it play so much more interestingly, and, you know, you'd actually have to think about things instead of just being like, well... You know, this boss just doesn't, you know, get debuffed, and, you know, they take damage, but it takes fucking forever to kill them.
Yeah, like, so when you fight Kuze and he has like 8 health bars, it doesn't feel the same way as that at all. It really doesn't. It feels like you're like really fighting your way through it. This was just like, exhausting. Yeah. I'm optimistic overall, because again, extremely good game. Probably my favorite Yakuza other than Zero. I don't know if anything will ever be able to beat Zero, realistically. But it came pretty damn close, I'd say. Yeah, really good. Really good game. I wish I didn't have like the brain worms to do that platinuming stuff, but it was pretty fun. I do wish that they also gave a better reward. Because the reward for beating it is just like, oh, hey, you get a gold version of the hero armor. Yeah. And it's just like, that looks horrible. I'm just going to keep wearing the true hero outfit for Ichiban, which is his dad's clothes. I like it. Looks funny on him. He has the fedora and everything and the, like, leather jacket and stuff.
That's good. What else have you been playing, Rose?
I finished Resident Evil 5. I was playing that co-op with my girlfriend. Resident Evil 5 is a very funny video game. It's very, I think it's very fun overall. It's very funny.
Right.
Wesker is incredible, and the fact that Resident Evil has not returned to Wesker Zone or anything even comparable to Wesker Zone. I think, Resident Evil 7 Dad was close.
Mm-hmm.
He was close, but he's not Wesker.
No.
Wesker is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The final boss fight.
That guy's no DC Douglas.
No, that's the main thing. Yeah, he's doing all the Liquid Snake shit and everything. Like he's going off the rails. The final boss fight for Resident Evil 5 sucks extremely bad and is really, really bad, but it's insanely funny, so I'm forgiving it for that.
It's very funny. Yeah.
It's so fucking funny. There's this part where where it's just Wesker and he's all, tyrant mode or whatever, walking around, and he's moving his weak point around his body, and every single time he moves his weak point, it zooms in on him in a cutscene and he goes, rah, and it does it like 40 times. I was really about to lose my mind because it was just like we kept dying like after a few because we just had a bad setup to start or whatever, and then we ended up course correcting, and then it was just like, okay, wait, we've done this like 12 times and it's still going. Like it's just like it just keeps zooming in and doing the same cutscene where he moves his weak point to his back and he goes it was just like, oh, they don't make them like this anymore. It was good. I wish more video games were stupid. That's the problem. I hope Resident Evil 8 is stupid. I really do, because Resident Evil 7 wasn't stupid enough. I hate the prestige thing everything has to do. Like, even Resident Evil 6 had elements of that, where everything has to have this, like, specific veneer of, like, look how self-serious it is, even if it's being goofy at times. Like, Resident Evil 5 did not care. It was...
Let's just have fun with it. Fuck it.
That's what I mean. Like, just sometimes. Like, I get, there can be serious things. Obviously, I'm a big proponent of that. Things like Nier of that. But even Nier, like, Nier is goofy as hell all the time. Like, even when it's being, like, very dramatic. And it doesn't take away from that. It doesn't take away from the dramatic parts when it's funny. Everything just... Anyways, very, very, very funny game. Did not like the text log I found that was written by an Umbrella Corporation employee that said that if hundreds of thousands of Americans died to a plague released, that the government would crumble immediately from people fighting back against them. Because I was like, woo, that's great.
You would hope that it would happen before that, but
you would. I was just like reading that now. I was like, not to be one of those people like, damn, it's just like that. But like, man, it really was like, to read that. Yeah, we need more Weskers though. That's the main thing. We need more Weskers in games.
Yes, more Weskers. Is there anything else?
Did I say anything? Just Trails in the Sky. I've talked about it probably a bunch over the year. Still working on second chapter of Trails in the Sky. Just genuinely a fantastic game. More JRPGs need to have a fresh vibe like this. People say, my initial thing with this was people say Cold Steel is like amazing, right? Everyone's like, oh, Cold Steel's so good. Got to play all the games to get the knowledge though, so that you get the payoffs and everything, or whatever. Playing Trails, I don't know how Cold Steel with its like Persona high school setup could like even compare to how Trails is. It's so good. Just small country on the like post-industrial revolution, like just family story. It's really, really good. I haven't really played a JRPG like it, and it's just continuing to be good. Like the way that they're following up, since you import saves and stuff like that, the way they're following up on all like little side quests and stuff like that, since every NPC changes their dialogue all the time anytime you do anything in that game, it just really makes it feel like you're seeing people grow and like change, and like how these people have changed over like the year that the game takes place in. It's really cool. It's just a really good game. It's a really good game. I recommend it to anyone. Speaking of Falcom, I'm planning on playing East 9 soon, but I haven't gotten to it because a lot of other stuff I've been doing, like Apex Legends and Final Fantasy. And, I guess that's one more thing I could say. Apex Legends, new guy came out, Fuse.
Sure. Yeah.
He throws a concussion grenade as his move. He also has a custom grenade throwing animation where he shoots a grenade out of his hand, like his robot hand, and that's pretty fun. I really like playing as him. They updated the game's first map and put it back in the rotation. It's pretty fun now. Yeah, it's still good. Apex is still good. It's coming to the Switch. That was one of the things they said in the presentation.
That's true.
I forgot that it's like next month. That has crossplay too, so pretty good. I'm really hoping crossplay becomes a consistent thing. Like, I was happy to see cross progression for Diablo 2, because that means Sony at least let them do that, because Sony just has stopped a lot of people, like Genshin. They stopped Genshin from doing that. So I hope that we get more crossplay stuff this generation, because I don't want to say this will be the last generation of consoles, but it's like probably the last time they'll be able to trick people into thinking it's important enough. I'd hope.
Yeah. All right. Well then, I guess it's on to questions.
All right.
If you want to send in questions, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. You sound like these folks right here. Morat asks, if they made a pill that somehow allowed you to enjoy Dark Souls games, would you take it? You already like Dark Souls games, right, Rose?
I do. Yeah, I'm Dark Souls pilled. I extremely like Dark Souls. I will play Dark Souls any day.
I'm not. I don't like them. I don't care about them.
Would you take the pill though?
I feel like there's pills that I would rather take. There are many things that I would rather have a pill for before a Dark Souls pill. But I mean, I guess the concept of just ingesting a single pill and then being able to enjoy a series of things, that seems like it's...
Yeah, what's the downside,
like, I don't
right?
know what... Yeah, what's the downside, you know? Like, okay, sure, I like something now.
Now you say everything is the Dark Souls is the downside. You become one of those people.
People already want to kill me as is, so...
Yeah, so maybe...
No, then. I won't do that. I don't know. What? You know, why am I saying that? Do people want to kill me?
I don't think anyone wants to kill you.
Why am I saying that? God damn... No. I don't know. People would want to kill me if I started saying...
If you started saying that, wow, No More Heroes is the Dark Souls of Suda games.
No, it's not. That's
That's Shadows of the Damned.
Flower, Sun, and Rain. Flower, Sun, and Rain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because nobody who has a normal human soul should play that game.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Anonymous asks, is Nintendo really introducing transformations to Smash after promising this game wouldn't have any and splitting up all the old transform characters? Why not stick to the design ethos? That is not true. They split Zelda and Sheik up, but they got rid of Squirtle and Ivysaur because they couldn't handle doing the Pokemon Trainer stuff on the 3DS version of Smash 4. That's why. So it is not it is not as a design ethos thing. It is just because they couldn't do it. Same thing with Ice Climbers. That's why Ice Climbers wasn't in Smash 4. It's because of the 3DS version, and they wanted to keep parity.
They should never have made that 3DS version. I appreciated it conceptually, but man, what we could have had.
Ice Climbers, and that's it?
Not Ice Climb. I just mean, like, imagine the amount of development resources they would have had if they did not have to figure out how to make Smash Brothers work on the 3DS.
I guess. It's really cool.
It is cool, conceptually. Again, I could not play it at all, even though I purchased it. It was very uncomfortable to play.
I went fucking ham on that.
But
I went fucking nuts.
Well,
I think I played the 3DS version.
You're the Smash person. They could give it to you on a fucking Neo Geo Pocket, and you'd be like, yeah.
Neo Geo Pocket's fucking great.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Yep.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, sure. You should have said a bad console, Rose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Smash on the Neo Geo Pocket sounds real good. You're right.
Yes, it does.
You're insane.
You know what's good on Neo Geo Pocket? Gals Fighters and SNK versus Capcom
Gal
and
Fighters
a bunch
is
of other
okay,
stuff.
but like that's an
It's good.
entirely different thing from Smash.
I know, but look, you get it. You get what I'm saying. You could have said like Gizmondo, Game.com, Atari Lynx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anonymous asks, can Yoshis get married?
No, Nintendo would only let Yoshi marry Birdo, right? That's how it works.
Do you
For
think
heterosexual
that would
purposes.
that would imply like homosexuality in some way?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, the Yoshi marriage, because it's like when people say all dogs are boys or whatever, and all cats are girls, you know what I'm talking about? When people say that.
I guess.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what Nintendo would say. All Yoshis are boys, and all Birdos are girls.
Man, I'm just gonna say, I guess I should be really glad that I met the gay folks in my life when I did, because that does just sound insane to me. That I've never thought that concept in my life.
You've never run into that, really? That's like a classics of straight people.
Maybe my parents believe that, but I've never heard it from them.
Oh, it's not a thing like people believe. It's a thing they say. Like it's like it's Disney ideology, like animated film type stuff.
Sure. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Yoshis understand the concept of marriage. I don't think they care.
All they understand is falling off a cliff.
Yeah, they understand that. They like there's you know, like you don't have to get married to be in love. So if Yoshis are in love, they don't need to do that. And it's not like there's tax reasons for them to get married. They don't have taxes in Yoshi's Island. So yeah, they don't need to. Shoeless asks, if you were a Yu-Gi-Oh card, what would your attack, defense, and he says special attack, but I'm guessing effect. Special effect be?
I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't absorbed anything from you. I'm sorry to admit this.
Do you want me to assign?
Yeah, assign me one. Yeah, assign me one. Let's go.
All right. I think that you would be you'd be like a level 4 monster.
Okay.
With like 1700 attack and like low defense.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You'd be one of those. You'd be one of I'm just gonna say 600 defense. Okay. And you would be one of those monsters that when you're summoned, you can special summon another monster from your archetype to the field if it's in your hand, or if there isn't one in your hand, you can search out a spell from your deck. There you go. That's my option for you.
I'll take that. That sounds good.
In your archetype, yeah. Mm-hmm. That would actually be a really good card, by the way, too. Probably broken. Like, honestly, if you would probably be, if that archetype was competitively viable, you would probably be the card that gets limited or banned. So congratulations.
All right.
Yeah. I want to be a Link 2 monster with 1900 attack, and Links don't have defense. And my effect would be whenever so actually I have to figure out where my arrows would be pointing. I don't want to be too greedy. I don't want it to be just bottom left and bottom right, because if that was how it was, everyone would be pissed. No, you know what? No, I'm thinking about it. Links aren't even my favorite summoning mechanic. My favorite summoning mechanic is fusion. I like fusion a lot. I really like fusion. So I'd be a fusion, okay? I'd be a fusion of, I don't know. Stinky Gamer and Stinky Gamer and okay, no, it'd be like Mask Change. Okay, yeah, it'd be like a fusion monster, but you only use one monster. So it'd be like you'd have Stinky Gamer, and then you'd use the spell, and it would be like become slightly less terrible. The spell, it would be like, all right, yeah, you're not Stinky Gamer anymore, you're Normal Gamer. So yeah, I would become Normal Gamer, and I'd have 1900 attack, and I'm gonna say 1500 defense, and my ability would be I could search out fuck. I don't know. I also really like trap-based decks, even though those are always horrible. So I'd be like, okay, I could search out like some trap cards to set up, and they'd be like powerful gamer effects. Like, there'd be a trap card that's like, you can negate the effect and destroy of that card, and then also, there would also be a one-sided macrocosmos. So everything on your opponent's side of the field, if instead of going to the graveyard, it gets banished. So everyone would hate me. Because everyone wants stuff to go to the graveyard, not get banished. That is the truth.
You were going wild with yours. I guess you're the expert, right? So you have all this knowledge. You could have thought about this, yeah?
Yes. Shulis also asked, would you let the human-like Pokemon, Mr. Mime, Jinx, etc., eat at the table, or would you make them eat on the floor like the animals they are?
I would let them eat at the table. Unless they didn't want to. I don't like the human Pokemon. That's my thing. I really don't. I think it feels like a weird thing where I'm like, are they really Pokemon? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Mime is more man than Pokey. I don't view him as... Would you view him as a monster?
I think so. I would.
Okay, well, not like
him as a little creature.
Not like that kind of monster. Like, would you view him... Like, would you look at Pikachu, okay? And then would you look at Mr. Mime?
That's a creature.
Would you say these are the same...
They're both creatures. Yeah.
You would say they're both creatures?
Yeah.
What about Jinx?
That's a creature. I think they're all creatures.
What about Gardevoir?
It's a creature.
Really? I
also feel like they would sit at the table.
Like, yeah, okay. I would let Pichu sit at the table too, though. So, I mean...
I'd be fine with that. Okay, so here's the thing, okay? Here's the concept here, alright? I feel like, because Pokemon have more intelligence than your average animal, alright? So, the thing is that, like, if I could guarantee that a dog would sit down at the table and just, like, eat its food, like, I'm not saying it needs to, like, use a fork and knife or whatever, but if it wasn't just gonna slobber all over the fucking place and, like, knock the shit all over, I wouldn't be against a dog sitting at the table. It's the fact that it gets shit all over the place. That's why dogs don't sit at the table. So, your Pikachu or whatever, I'd be fine with a Pikachu, like, sitting up on the table, like, next to me while I'm eating food, That's fine. They're not gonna get anything anywhere, because they just sit there and they're eating their berries and stuff. It's not like they're, like, like a dog does. They're not, like, slobbering all over the place. I mean, I feel like the closest thing to that would be, like, cats. Except, like, a lot of cats just get shit all over the place, too, Some cats are just fucking stupid. But if you have a cat that's, like, not knocking stuff all over the place... I could maybe entertain the concept of that, but then there's also the concept where, like, sometimes a cat will just hop up on the table, and while it's eating, they'll just have their ass right in your face. So that's probably why you wouldn't want a cat eating on the table. I don't think a Pokemon's gonna be, like, standing there with their ass in your face. I mean, I wouldn't have a Houndoom eating at the table, because that's a dog, But yeah, like, I would put, like, a Pikachu there, a Gibble. Like, I'd put a Gibble, like, on the table, just sitting there. And then once it's like a Garchomp, would a Garchomp work?
Could just sit down.
Be able to sit at the table? Would it sit at the table? Would it eat like that?
This is why I don't know. This is weird. This whole thing is weird. Like, why do some of them get to, but others don't? I don't. I mean, I think it's... How about whatever they want to do? How about that? That's how I feel. Yeah. Whatever they want to do. Like, if Houndoom wants to eat at the table and can be respectful about it, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good answer. Harlequin Wheels, last question, asks, what's your favorite game that sucks, and/or best game that you hate?
So my favorite game that sucks is one of the best games ever made, Shadow of Memories, or Shadow of Destiny. You know this game? I'm pretty sure you do.
Yes.
Psych Kush. It's a game. When I was doing research for my article that went up, because I was trying to find more games that were designed by women, found out that game was designed by a woman, and I think she has a very large brain to create one of the most insane video games I've ever seen in my life. You ever think of Homunculus, voiced by Charles Martinet, who is a homunculus from alchemy, who gives Ike Kush, who is the stupidest man ever invented of all time, the digipad that lets him travel through time. What a game.
Sounds great.
It's a fantastic ending. C for car. Ending B for bar.
My best game that I hate is Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you, everybody.
Best game that I hate, I was trying to think. I don't know. I was just realizing, like, I used to be like that, but I kind of stopped playing things I hate.
Yeah, that's a good way to be.
Like, maybe WoW? Because I'll still dip into WoW every now and again. And I'll have some degree of fun, but I truly despise most of the things in that game.
Vigilante 8 is the favorite game that sucks.
Sure.
That game sucks ass. But also, I will throw down in that game with anyone at any time. I'm ready. I'm willing to just go fucking hog wild in Vigilante 8. I'm ready. Who up playing Vigilante 8? Me. I am.
It's just you, yeah.
It is just me. That's it. Only person in the world.
I'm trying to think of, I'm trying to, because I don't think WoW even fits it. Maybe, Borderlands. Because I enjoy playing Borderlands, but you know. Problems inherent to Borderlands.
Yes. All right. Well, I guess that does it. Folks, that was it for this episode. Of course, if you want to keep following us, at VGCC is our Twitter, videogamechuchu.tumblr.com is our Tumblr. We have our YouTube channel, our Facebook page. We have all kinds of stuff like that. A lot of stuff's been going up on the site, and even more is coming soon. Yeah, like Rose said, you wrote an article. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, just a little. I guess it's up on the site. You can read it. Just about when I was broken record here. When I was thinking about The Last of Us Part 2, and how I didn't really. I was like, you know me. I'm always like, woohoo, gay video game or something. I was just like, dang, why don't I think like, well, at least Ellie's gay, and I was sort of trying to figure out why, and got down a train of thought about what women in video games have been generally. Yeah, that's up on the site. You can read it. It's not that long, so you won't hurt yourself reading it probably.
I won't. I'll try not to. But yeah, there's plenty of good stuff on there. We're working on a lot of stuff. I think there should be a new Kraken PAX coming soon.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe by the time you hear it. Very excited for you all to see me open up some cards, because that's always fun. And if you want to listen to our anime podcast, we have Chuchigatri Unlimited Train Works on our Patreon, patreon.com/VGCC. You can join up on that for just $3 a month. Get 2 episodes a week early than everyone else. That's a big time. That's a lot of time. That's 7 days of early access.
Yeah.
And of course, if you want to hang out with us, it's thegamezone.zone. You type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight to our Discord server. You can hang out with me and everybody else. Rose is in there. Rose, you're there.
Yeah.
You like to talk to people in there.
Yeah. I don't do it as much as I'd like, but it is fun every time that I do.
Sure. And thank you to Melt Channel /Magic Circuit for our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. If you want to listen to their stuff, it's meltchannel.bandcamp.com or magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. You know what? That Magic Circuit music, they got Neanners on that shit.
Oh,
so if you like those VTuber girls, that's one of them. She's on there. She's got a very nice singing voice. That woman is off the shits all the time when she's doing her streams, but she's also got a very nice singing voice.
She is sick. That's all I can say.
She is sick.
She is sick.
Yeah, she is sick. She is sick. And am I forgetting anything? No, I'm not. But that's it. Thank you so. Oh, I am. Rose, where can we find you?
Over at @HornGal or @CurryDraco. Twitch Curry Draco as well is where I do VTubing. And Horngal's my main Twitter account.
And you can find me at JOHN_MICHONSKI. I don't have a VTuber account. If I did, I would just make a separate Twitter account, or I just tweet like I normally do, and then I don't actually make a VTuber. It would just be like, this is my persona, Naj Machan, who is a porcupine man. And then I never stream. I just talk about what I'm doing in real life. And I post pictures of myself in real life. I don't even have like a porcupine. It's just like, hey, this is Naj. I'm just like at Walmart.
Okay.
It's my concept. I don't know.
No, yeah,
we'll see where it goes.
That's valid.
What kind of VTuber would I be if I was going to be one? I don't.
You'd
I don't
just be
think
the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pharaoh
actually...
guy, but a VTuber.
Oh, so like I'd just be Obelisk?
The guy who does obelisk stuff. Yeah.
No. I wouldn't be Obelisk. I want to be Jinzo. I just want to. Yeah, I just got to get my Jinzo. The VR
right,
chat.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to get the VR chat like model of Jinzo, which has like a really fucked up foot for some reason. Like it looks like he twisted his ankle, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I if someone could just get me a Jinzo rig, I would do that. I would stream as Jinzo. But that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. So long.